So a couple of days ago, I watched this movie called Thelostcity on Amazon Prime. One of those movies where you do not really have to apply any brains and you can kill time and have a good one at that. Plus it stars my favorite Channing Tatum and sandrabullock. So I watched it and it was quite funny, although it was full of cliches, but it was quite funny at some points. But there was one dialogue exchange between the MCs, the main characters, that got stuck with me. So basically the story is about Sandra Bullock. She's a romance author, but she wanted to be an explorer, Spanish explorer, archaeologist kind of a person. She got degree in that, but she couldn't achieve success in that, so she turned into a romance author, loping in history, tropes and everything. And Channing Tatum is basically her cover model for all her romance novels. So that's how it starts. So in the discussion, she's basically accusing him and pegging him as this stereotypical boy who had big dreams, came to LA to become a model, to become an actor, but couldn't, so he settled for as a cover model for her romance novels. And then she even tells herself that, look, I even wanted to be an archaeologist, but I couldn't become that, so I had to settle for an author. So that's what happens in real life. And she's like, I'm just done with writing all these crappy things, and she calls it schlock, which is basically trash. And at that moment, Channing Tatum says to her, and he says that, look, even I was embarrassed that I couldn't become this star, and instead I had to settle for becoming a cover model for romance novels. He said that I was embarrassed that what would people say when they see these books in my hometown, and they'll make fun of me, my peers, my family. And then he's like, one day I'm walking down the street and a woman comes up running to me and says that Dash, which is his character's name by the way, you make me so happy, your novels make me so happy, I just love your character and everything. And he's like, that got me into thinking, how could I be this embarrassed by something that makes people this happy? And that clicked in my mind. Like, sometimes you cannot value your own stuff and you cannot look past it, but you have no idea what kind of impact it has on others. And he says that same thing to Sandra as well, that hey, if you want to write, if you don't want to write, don't write, but don't minimize the people that love your work by calling it a schlock.